What's going on, everybody? Psych Perspectives, giofvcks. I got on a jacket today because fall has decided to show up a little early here in Michigan. Ain't no little, a lot early. So I'm gonna try to keep this video real short or straight to the point. I have a viewer request from Lontel DX. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your username correctly, but you hit me up on Instagram, and I want to give a shout out to Lontel DX off Instagram, and you left a comment and you wanted me to do a viewer request on when did I first find out about narcissism? When did I become aware of narcissism? So, and also you had other questions a part of the viewer request. I believe one of the other questions was when did I also start realizing something was off about the person before I even recognized that it was narcissism, or that they were potentially narcissists or behaving or showing narcissistic behaviors. So to answer the first question, when did I first find out about narcissism? I found out about narcissism February 2019. My friend actually sent me a text message with a link to a video, and I'm gonna put that video, or at least that person's YouTube channel, in the description box, because I watched a lot of her videos and a lot of DSD, Dad Surviving Divorce with Dwayne. I watched a lot of his videos as well. There's a lot of people on here who make videos discussing narcissism. I got the dog, and he's trying to take off as usual for a squirrel, a bird, whatever he can see. Anyways, so that's when I first found out about it. My friend sent me the text message with the video. I watched the video, and I watched the video all the way through multiple times because I was shocked. I was surprised. I was just taken back, like, damn, this is literally damn near verbatim what happened to me is what this person was discussing in their video. And I'm just like, the person that discarded me did do this, did say this is how they acted. And I'm just like, wow. So that's when I first found out about it. Your second question is, when did I started noticing behaviors that was just off and odd and just, dysfunctional? For me, it took me a long time to really recognize that the behaviors and actions that he was showing, and then also how I was also acting toxic and out of character as well. It took me a long time to recognize it, to be completely honest, because one, looking at how I grew up, looking at my dysfunctional, toxic upbringing, just keeping it a buck, keeping it all the way funky, Hassan Campbell style, man. I grew up in a household where there was verbal, physical abuse. There was a lot of, granted, I got to get out of a lot of the physical abuse because I was seeing the physical abuse be done to other people in the house. So I grew up with a lot of crazy shit, like I don't talk about. So for me, I didn't really notice that this person's behaviors were mirroring the behaviors of my family members. I didn't really recognize that behavior was quote unquote toxic because that's the type of mess I grew up in. So what I did notice off rip though was all of the unnecessary white lies. Like, he would lie about shit that you didn't need to lie about. Like, you lying about your height, you lying about your sexuality, you're lying about, I'm just being real, you're lying about who you hanging out with, who your cousins are, people, just random stuff. It didn't make sense to just be lying. And I remember being on the phone with another friend of mine, shout out to DeQuavion. We are, slowly but surely reestablishing our friendship because it was ruined by this person. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. This is why I'm gonna continue to speak out against narcissism and narcissistic behaviors, because this shit is toxic as hell. I mean, you ruin entire friendships, families, your life, etc. because of these toxic ass people, and you don't even realize. And now, don't get me wrong, you still have to take, good boy, Merce, good boy. You still have to take accountability for your actions and the shit that you said and did. Okay, that's why I said you might have to be the one that you got to make some amending yourself, because a lot of times we will cut people off that's been there for us for this toxic ass person that we just met. That's crazy. But yes, we would be on the phone and we would just catch him in so many lies just being on the phone, which is why he didn't want me hanging out with DeQuavion in the first place. Because when me and DeQuavion was together, first of all, we already had a bond, a friendship. We had already known each other 4 years previously before this person even came into the picture. Okay, so, and notice, narcissistic, toxic people, they tend to want to isolate you, and they don't want you to be around your friends, your family. They don't want you to be around people that are going to actually support you and have your back and actually question the bullshit that's going on between you and that other person. Let's just keep it real. I mean, hell, that's why he didn't want me hanging out with DeQuavion. But, you know, I mean, we all can now open our eyes and see the bullshit that was going on. It took me going through therapy and going through all of this, and I'm still in therapy and counseling. So that's why I say, hey, we got to break these toxic cycles, because it's ridiculous, and these people are everywhere. So going back to that question, that second question, the first things that I noticed, even though it took me a long time to realize, but early on I did notice, was the unnecessary lying. I mean, we would catch him in lie after lie. It didn't make sense to just be every other thing that come out your mouth is some bullshit. It don't make sense. You feel me? But a narcissist are gonna be pathological liars. You feel me? And habitual. They constantly are doing it. And it's pathological because it's like, bro, he would come up with whole scenarios about people that didn't even exist, or people that he didn't really know like that. But he would make it seem like he was really hanging out. Like, it was just, and then another thing is he would just brag about the people he was sleeping with. Yet, you sitting up going through my phone and trying to make it seem like I'm wrong for talking to other people when we was never together. And you sitting up bragging about all the people you sleeping with, aka Google Bay or whoever the hell that was, because as we later came to find out, you was lying about so much shit, it didn't even make sense. But yep. So that was to answer your question. Thank you for those questions. Thank you for that viewer request. I will be doing viewer requests sporadically throughout the month when I upload videos. So if you leave a viewer request comment, you know, on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, I will try to get to them. I'm not going to be able to get to every single one, but I can. If y'all would like to donate to the channel to help the growth of the channel, or just because you know you want to show love and support, feel free to. Cash App and Venmo is in the description box below. It's all volunteer. You don't have to. You know, if you do, great. If you don't, great. Either way, enjoy your day and be safe out here, because the shit is real. Okay, wear your mask, stay 6 feet apart, wash your hands, disinfect. Sending y'all love, peace, blessings, positive energy, positive affirmations. Have a joyous day, and shout out to Dontel DX for the viewer request. I'm out.